Hey, what's up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you, as you know. My buddy Freaking Yeah 88 put up his top 10 favorite rock matches of all time. Great video. Go over, check it out. But I have to counter it and put up my top 10 favorite Cena matches of all time. Cena, a great talent. He's been in the WWE since 2002, 2003. He made it, started to make his real big impact. We got pushed to the main event as a real big main eventer, and really hasn't been let up since. Really has only had one big injury to take some time off, and he's been featured at every WrestleMania since then. And it's real easy to put up a whole bunch of WrestleMania matches, but I tried to pick other random events and stuff like that, just so it wouldn't be all filled up with WrestleMania. But I had to pick one Mania match in there because it's one of my favorite matches that I went to. I'm pretty stuck to it because it was my first Mania main event that I went to. But well, I tried to put these all in order, so we'll just roll through those. First one has to be his first main event title shot of all time. It's against Brock Lesnar at Backlash '03. Going into this, there wasn't the biggest amount of hype for Cena actually to win the title because Brock was on a pretty big push at the time. But these two guys, two of the biggest guys in the WWE at the time, had a real good match, and I think it had a real strong effort on the way that they were going to push Cena for the future. I thought they saw that he could hold the ball and he could carry it, and I think that he's at the spot he's at today because of what happened at this match. Three. From there, Royal Rumble 2005. That was a match he didn't win, but it sort of showed the future of the WWE at the time. Final two guys with Batista and Cena. They had the screw up finish at the end, and Vince had to come down and tell him to restart the match. And it just shows you anything can happen at WWE at any second, at any time, and how most of these guys can go out there on drop of a hat, and no matter what happens, they can come up with a way to you know finish something up strong even when they screw it up. So the third one on the list, JBL Judgment Day 2005, and I Quit match. Like I said about the Brock Lesnar thing, it pushed him to the top and helped them, get the ball rolling. And once the snowball starts rolling downhill, it gets bigger. And definitely when Judgment Day 2005 came around with JBL, the I Quit match, JBL helped put John Cena on the map for the future, and I doubt there was any doubt in anybody's mind that John Cena was going to be the future of the company at that time. And just the amount of blood that he lost, it was just crazy, just how JBL pounded and pounded on John Cena, and he never wanted to say I quit, and was able to pull a win out of his hat. From there, we go to Edge, the Royal Rumble 2006. This was after Cena lost the title for the first time to Edge after he cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase. And for me, seeing this for the first time, when you get to see John Cena's entrance, most of the time the champion gets to come in second, and the challenger comes in first. Edge came down first, and then they lowered from the rafters this big, huge entrance that was only used for John Cena. And the time that thing came down, I already knew what was going on, and I think everybody else knew that it was pretty obvious that John Cena was going to be winning the title that night. But if you're able to take that out of the match was actually really good. I have one more match from Edge that I wanted to put in here. And I put that in later, but I didn't want to fill it up with Edge. Edge is probably the biggest rivalry that Cena's had that is very memorable, and they had a lot of good matches, and I just didn't want to fill it all up with that. But I definitely had to put this Rumble match in there because I think it is one of their best. From there, we go to One Night Stand 2006. I think everybody knows that the crowd at the Hammerstein Ballroom is what helped make this match. It's also a factor in one of the later matches that I picked in there. But just how Cena went into this pro RVD, pro ECW crowd and was able to fight through it and was able to find himself a win. I'm sorry, find himself a loss. Even though he had the loss, he still came out strong on the backside. It was a very good match, and it just shows you that John Cena is not scared of anything, and he's he's a star and he's a showman that can fight through anything. You can see what happened in ECW when Batista and Big Show went into the same arena and had a match. The crowd got onto him, and you can tell that Batista and Big Show were both big time flustered and just wanted to get the hell out of their way. John Cena just put his hands up, and he would have fought the whole arena if they brought it on. Um, he wasn't scared. Now, every top 10 list has to have some surprise in it, and every top 10 list has to have some sort of controversy to make you watch it, and that's this. Um, No, no, I apologize. That's the next one. Unforgiven 2006 against Edge. TLC. Like I said, it's the biggest rivalry he's had in Edge, and that match is just great. You get the FU off the top of the ladder through the tables. It was a great match the whole way through. Anything with Edge is going to be great. I just didn't want to fill the whole thing up. But number 7 is a Monday Night Raw match. Kevin Federline. And I know people are going to say this sucks, but if you go back and watch this, John Cena versus Kevin Federline was a pretty long, drawn-out feud. It was a pretty good way for WWE used mainstream media to try to bring this in because Federline was there. Entertainment, they covered this. ESPN covered it. It was in Us Weekly. It was just about anywhere and everywhere, just because of how big Kevin Federline was at the time and how big, Britney Spears was. It was during the downfall of Britney Spears, and people thought that Britney was actually going to come and support Kevin and WWE, but this was also at the end of their relationship, so WWE never really got the payoff they were looking for. But for Federline to beat Cena on Raw at the time was pretty freaking big, and it's really memorable to me. And I honestly ask you to go back and watch this because you will be surprised. It's not like the match is good, but just the atmosphere is as big as like Tyson showing up. The announcers are really good at building this up. And number 8 is probably the best John Cena wrestling match of all time. And people that say that John Cena is just an entertainer that goes out there, doesn't really wrestle. This is the one thing that you can point your finger at and say that he wrestled an hour-long match with Shawn Michaels on Monday Night Raw, and it was just to the point. It was great. It was. I mean, you can't say that it was beatable. The one thing that I really liked about this match is the way that Raw booked it. Everybody knows that Orton got sent home from that for some disciplinary action. This was over in the UK, and he wasn't there, but they kept on building it up like they were going to have this Edge versus Orton match coming on later. So they didn't let us know how long this match was going to be. You kept on thinking that this match was going to end, and then we were going to get another match as our main event. But it went all the way down to the end. Shawn Michaels was able to prove that he could beat John Cena, which made the pay-per-view even better on that Sunday. But HBK versus Raw, great match. I'm not honestly 100% sure if it's on somebody's DVD. I think it's on the My Journey. But that's definitely one worth checking out. Number 9 on the list is from WrestleMania 26, one of my favorite matches of all time. Just the raw emotion that Batista put into the match was just awesome. These guys went back and forth. Batista at the time looked like the unstoppable force that would be, and John Cena was able to come up and defeat him. But just Batista had John Cena beat down so many times, and just the faces that Batista made when he had as the 2 count makes this one of my favorite matches to watch. I can watch this match almost any time, and I just love it. I never get tired of it. Just his faces, he just sells it so well that he's so close to beating him. Number 10 is from now. It's hard to say that there's such a big gap between 26 and now, but the match that he had against CM Punk at Money in the Bank was so good that it was great. And I just it's hard to beat something like that. It's probably John Cena's best match of all time. It's easy to pick at it and say this and that. Yeah, I think a lot of the match was made by the crowd. That if the crowd wasn't 100% into it, if it wasn't in Chicago, it wouldn't have been as great. I am able to go see the SummerSlam rematch, CM Punk versus John Cena 2. I've said that the LA crowd is sort of lackadaisical. It's sort of just dead. It's a big city, a lot of people in there, but they're not going to really be hot for it. But I hope we are. I know I'll be screaming. I'm looking forward to it. And let me know what you guys think of the top 10 Cena matches of all time. I wish these were all on one compilation DVD because they are great. I could watch them all day, any day.